For Harley Davidson, I wouldn't be sat here right now telling this story. What started as just me taking the engine out, rebuilding the motor, and putting it back in the bike turned into a complete full custom build. A bike still to this day, it's still one of my favorite bikes I've ever owned. I never intended to become a custom bike builder, but I took that bike and I used to ride that bike everywhere. I used to go to custom motorcycle shows here in Spain, and you park your bike with 1,000 other bikes, and it's kind of like, it's not really safe. It's just sat in a parking lot. So one of my friends who was a custom bike builder in Spain, he's like, just put it in the bike show. You're not trying to win anything, but just if you put it in the bike show, then they look after it for you. So it's kind of like you valet park your bike. So I did that a few times, and I just kept winning these small custom bike shows in Spain with this bike that I built on a budget in my house. After that, a few of my friends are like, hey, can you modify my Harley? So I'd do a few modifications to a few friends' bikes, and just kind of slowly snowballed into me having this part-time job becoming more and more of a job. One day I wrote it down to this biker bar that was down the street from my house in Marbella. And I met this guy, Pete. And he literally came over to my bike and started telling me how terrible this was and how terrible that was, and this should have been made better. And he started like insulting all my work. And for some reason, I was just like, really? Who are you? And then he's like, you should probably do some, it looks beautiful, but you need more power, and you should do this, and you should do that. And then we just got talking. We instantly became best friends. Pete, he used to build Harleys. He used to build choppers back in the 70s in California and in Germany, and he worked all over the world. And because of him, I started building motorcycles. It wasn't until then I really started to get involved in motorcycles as a career. If it wasn't for the first Harley I bought, I wouldn't have met all of the friends that I have now today. And thanks to this Harley community is where I met my best friend Pete. My very last memory of Pete when we were together for the last time was me and him doing a road trip, and he was riding his Fat Boy. So for me to be here riding a Fat Boy now just brings back so many memories. And of course, do I wish he was riding with me? I'm gonna start crying in a minute. Of course I do. But every time I see a Fat Boy, I think of Pete. And I've built so many Harleys, but I've never built a Fat Boy. It's really got me thinking that maybe it's time for me to build a Fat Boy.